Greetings, folks. Welcome back to another edition of the Hospitality Hacks Pro Show. I'm your host, Tasha Jackson, also restaurant consultant, also culinary arts and hospitality teacher, here to give you some tips, tricks, and tidbits to navigate through culinary arts and hospitality world, talk to interesting people, talk about interesting topics. Look, guys, I'm on location here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm out here for a training, and I have to share this experience with y'all, okay? I have to share this experience with y'all. I rode with some colleagues here from Charlotte, North Carolina, to Atlanta. We left Charlotte in the evening, somewhere around 4:30, 4:45. We arrived in Atlanta, got to our hotel. It was difficult to find the correct entrance to the hotel. The main entrance was blocked off. There was a sign saying where to go, but it wasn't super clear. Lots of one-way streets, so we had to kind of hit a couple of turns, go down, up, back, down, around, and then we finally found the right place to enter, which was fine, you know. Got out, valet was there. Took the keys, whatever, welcome, glad to have you, blah, 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 blah. It's 9-something at night. They were spunky, they were up, they were ready to rock, ready to work. So I appreciated that. Took our luggage, the valet took our luggage, member of the team took our luggage, and then we get to the front counter. Now, here's where the experience starts to go downhill. All right. And in this conversation, I'm really just sharing this experience so that you can understand. Y'all know I preach. If you're a fan of the show, or you follow me on social, you know that I'm all about above average service, y'all. I'm all about kicking it up just a notch, just a touch, just a little bit, so that you can be above average, because ordinary is boring. And ordinary doesn't make money for you. Ordinary doesn't put money on the bottom line. So we get to the front desk. Get to the front desk. That's when it all starts to go downhill. Walk up to the front desk. The clerk, agent, I'm not sure of the correct terminology, agent lets us know, hey, water's going to be off soon. Okay, water's going to be off all night. There's some kind of malfunction, something going on, that the city has to make some repairs, and they're going to do it between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. There'll be no water. So we're looking at the time, all right, just got into town, just drove, not a super long trip, 3.5, 4 hours, and then about 3.5 hours, I didn't drive, so I can't complain about being tired. I was in the passenger side. Shout out to the driver. But it's like, okay, we're looking at the time. Of course, we're hungry. We hadn't stopped. We hadn't made any stops. No restroom breaks, no drink breaks, no nothing. It was, let's get there. So we had already planned, let's get a bite to eat, check in, get a bite to eat, then relax and get ready for training in the morning. So we're like, all right, just enough time to maybe run across the street, get some food, run back, maybe try to grab a quick shower before they turn off the water. But here's things happen, okay? That's not the problematic part. The problematic part was not that the water was going to be off, although that was not convenient. But the problematic part was the way that it was addressed. So the person at the front desk essentially basically was like, and I'm paraphrasing, but this was essentially the communication and the vibe was like, hey, look, water's going to be off 11 to 7. You can choose to still check in, or you can choose to cancel your stay, and we won't penalize you for the cancellation. Okay. So it's 9-something at night, right? By the time we found the entrance, got to the front desk and did all of that, the thought of trying to maneuver, find a different place to stay, plus this place was selected, by the person who was paying for the training. So for us to switch to a different hotel would have been a whole situation, right? This hotel was already approved. We're already going to be reimbursed for this particular stay, which was somewhere around $500. It was like $499.63 or something, maybe 36 cents, something like that, right? So I'm like, okay, I didn't like the way it was presented, but it wasn't a whole lot of choice there. So it's like, okay, we'll continue with the booking, right? They also had little signs, like little flyers on the desk communicating that same thing, like water will be off 11 to 7. So then the desk agent was it's like, oh, I see took my name, right? Okay, I see you're a Marriott Bonvoy member. Yes. Okay, thank you for being a member. Cool. We're gonna upgrade your room. I'm like, okay, cool. We're gonna upgrade your room and you'll have a view of what is this of? It's a nice view of Atlanta. I mean, I can see the Georgia Aquarium from here. You can see nice, skyline, whatever. It's a nice view, but to be honest with you, it wasn't like we're gonna upgrade you for the inconvenience. I really feel like the upgrade would have happened either way because of the Marriott Bonvoy status, right? So I'm just like, okay, I'm kind of hoping for some type of addressing of the issue of the no water. And so then they're like, well, to my colleagues, so there was maybe 3 desk agents. My other colleague, 2 colleagues to the left, they were offered, bottled water. Would you like some bottled water? We'll give you like some extra bottled water to drink, or I guess do whatever you need to do, brush your teeth, whatever, between 11 and 7. And so I was kind of expecting, are you gonna offer me some bottled water? Sure, I like a couple bottles of water. No offer for the bottled water. And it might seem minor, but here's the thing, y'all. Y'all know my thing. Above average service is just giving the little extra, like acting like you care. I really got the vibe that it was just like, it is what it is. Take it or leave it. I don't have any control over it. You don't have any control over it. So what can we do? It didn't make me feel welcomed. It didn't make me feel comforted. It didn't make me feel like it was worth a $500 stay. And if it was on me, if I was here for personal reasons and not business, I probably would have opted not to stay here. To be honest, I might have stayed the one night, last night, because it was late and all of that, but I probably would have just, if that, I really don't know, because there's so many options. There's so many options to stay and spend your money. It's like, you have to understand that when there's a problem, when there's an issue, right? And that's just really the moral of the story, is this: if there's an issue that arises, go a little bit above and beyond. If you cannot solve the issue, show that you care. Sometimes issues are out of our control. You can't control if a pipe bursts, or I don't know what the issue was with the pipe. It wasn't super clear, but some things are out of your control. But what you can control is how you react to the situation, right? And so an apology goes a long way. There was no apology. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. And it's not even about necessarily giving money back. It's not even, again, this is not coming out of my pocket. I'm not paying for it. So you offering a free night or something like that, it wouldn't benefit me, but I just want to know that you care. Like, it's take it or leave it. This is the situation. What you going to do? That's not the response, right? Based on this interaction, I wouldn't come back here and spend my money. And that's really the key thing. Every interaction should be treated as if you are trying to obtain repeat business. What is it going to take to get that guest to come back and see you again? How can you wow this person? How can you make this experience enjoyable so that this person wants to tell a friend, and that friend tells a friend, and they come back and spend money with you again? The repeat business is what pays the bills, guys. The one-time visit doesn't do it. The one-time visit is not key. The key is obtaining those repeat guests that are satisfied, overly satisfied, and become ambassadors for you, and tell a friend who tells a friend who tells a friend. I would not ever dare come back here and spend money, ever. The only reason I'm still here is because it's a company paid professional development trip and they're paying for it. That's it. And it's not really that hard to show the empathy, to imagine yourself in that situation. How would I feel if I showed up? I'm tired, I'm hungry, it's almost 10 o'clock at night, it's 9:30 at night, I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm intending to come in, take a load off, relax, and I'm met with this news that, oh, by the way, hurry up and take a shower if you want, because hurry up and brush your teeth. Make sure you get all your flushes in the toilet because the water's about to be off. I'm like, come on. You know, this is a little empathy, a little care, not about giving money back, but if you can offer some type of compensation, do it. Get that repeat business for that person to come back. Okay. I'll share another situation, and then I'll sign off. But another situation that happened to me the evening before last, went to the Cheesecake Factory. Let me say this. That was, you might be a fan of the Cheesecake Factory. I'm not a huge fan. To me, it's mediocre. The food is mediocre. The menu is way too large. I even actually talk to people and say, I call it the Cheesecake Factory effect. When places have like 20 options on their menu, it's too much. It's overwhelming. I don't want to look through all of that. I don't want to decide through all. I want you to specialize in one thing. Like, I wouldn't be mad if they only sold cheesecake. You're the Cheesecake Factory. You know what I mean? But anyway, so somehow we wound up at the Cheesecake Factory. There was a wait, to be expected, I suppose, for was it Sunday evening, at the mall. So to be expected, pretty prominent mall, in Charlotte, South Park. And, put our name on the list. All right. They said it was a 40-minute wait. Ended up grabbing a spot at the bar, high top at the bar, and sharing it with another couple people who were waiting, which was cool. And the first hiccup was, a member of our party asked for a drink that was layered. They wanted a daiquiri, which daiquiri, layer of whipped cream, more daiquiri on top. Not a big deal. Another layer of whipped cream. Easy to do. Server asked the bartender about it. Bartender said, no, we don't do that. Weird. All right. If you can accommodate something, just accommodate it. Like, if that is so simple, that's such a small, simple ask. Why not do it? Right? No, we don't do that. Okay. So then that already put a bad taste in our mouth because it's been done before. Come to find out. Okay, so the person who requested it said, oh, no, I've gotten this before here. But I don't understand the problem is. All right, so we're cool. We'll chill. All right, get a Coke. Fine. Listen to your gut. As a consumer, listen to your gut. Somebody pointed out, oh, they have brunch on Saturday and Sunday. I was like, oh, brunch might be cool because the original plan was for us to go to brunch. That was the original plan, but then I was on a time crunch to leave for out of town, and we were at the mall shopping, so it was like, Cheesecake Factory is right here, why not? So they had brunch, so it's like, oh, best of both worlds, why not? Let's try it. So I asked the server specifically, I said, Mr. Server, I'm not gonna say his name, but I said, Mr. Server, I shared an experience with him. I was like, listen, I used to work at a place where we served brunch only on the weekends. It was difficult to manage because not a lot of people ordered it. So when someone did come and order it, it sometimes was a struggle for whoever was on the line to prepare the meal because it's not something that they did every day. It's outside of our normal day-to-day menu. I said, is that the case here? If I order brunch, is it gonna come out and is it gonna be right? Oh, yeah, no problem. It comes out great, especially on Sundays because we have a much bigger brunch crowd, blah, 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 da, 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 da. Okay, Mr. Server, I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna take your word for it that this is gonna come out. So I ordered the creme brulee French toast. Another member of the party ordered meatloaf and mashed potatoes. Somebody else ordered waffles. Somebody else ordered it was like a lemon ricotta pancake kind of combo that was supposed to come with eggs and bacon. Disaster. Oh, also there was a shrimp scampi ordered. The shrimp scampi came out first. No other meal came out at the time the scampi came out, which was interesting because a member of the party that was sitting to my left, right, she was saying, don't you hate it when sometimes the meals don't come out together? And she was recounting her last experience at Cheesecake Factory when that happened to someone sitting next to them. And then as if on cue, boom, Mr. Server shows up with the shrimp scampi. So I'm looking around like, okay. So scampi comes out. Then the breakfast items come out several minutes later. This is after we waited. So we waited in the lobby, then waited at the table, ordered, didn't get the drink that we wanted, waited longer for food. Food took a long time. One plate came out, and then the breakfast came out. So the 3 breakfast items came out, no meatloaf. So now the people to the left, the couple to the left, husband is like, I'm gonna wait for you, babe, to get your food. I'm not gonna eat. So his waffle's getting cold and it's incomplete. He doesn't have, it was supposed to come with, I think it was like a house-made whipped cream of some sort or creme fraiche or something. Didn't have that on there. Second plate with the lemon ricotta pancakes was supposed to come with eggs and bacon. No bacon. Mine, I didn't really pay close attention to what was supposed to come with the French toast, but there was a single little sad looking strawberry. Boop. That was it. It was the French toast itself was tasty, but it was just the compounding effect of all these different things happening, right? Couldn't get the drink, no bacon, no whipped cream, missing an entree. Server comes back, yo, Mr. Server, what's going on? Oh, let me go check, let me see, it should be right out, blah, 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 la, 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 la. The lady was like, hey, to her husband, go ahead and eat, don't wait on me, I'll throw myself on the sword and sacrifice myself. He's like, no, babe, it's like this whole thing. So finally the server comes back, we're like, can we speak to the manager? The meatloaf finally comes in the midst of waiting on the manager. Manager comes, hey, Mr. Manager, we recounted everything that happened. He's like, oh, wow, okay. Well, let me see what I can do. I'll go check on the bacon for you. You'll go check on the bacon. No apology, no real remorse. It just was like lackluster. And I'm like, this situation keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse. He clearly doesn't understand the last principle, LAST, listen, apologize, solve, and then thank the guest for feedback. He listened. He did not apologize. He did not solve the problem. He went to look for the bacon and never came back, nor did the bacon arrive. And he didn't thank us for feedback. And so it's just like, he needs the above average service book. Like, I don't know. So it was lackluster. Server comes back. I already am not a huge fan of Cheesecake Factory. And to be honest with you, people vote with their dollars. I don't know that I'll go back and spend more dollars there. I, of course, tipped the server, and took care of the server. Manager came back after we asked for him to come back again. He's like, oh, we're like, hey, Mr. Manager, everything's still not right. What's going on? The bacon didn't come out? No. Right? You're worried about the bacon, but you haven't addressed any of the other issues that we've shared with you at all. So it makes me feel like you weren't listening fully or you just don't care. Maybe it's too much going on for you here, but it was just lackluster. He gave, I don't know, 10% discount or something like that on the check, and somebody wanted cheesecake. He could have easily comped the cheesecake. He did not. We asked specifically, hey, can we get a piece of cheesecake, and he didn't even have the courage to come tell us no, right? So the server had to tell us no, and we shouldn't even have to ask for that. That should have been automatic. Hey, can I treat you to dessert or something? And only one person wanted it out of the 4. Everybody was. I'm not even a cheesecake fan. I might eat 1 or 2 bites, but it's like too rich for me. I can't. So it's not that hard, guys. Just keep that in mind. My operators, keep that in mind. All right, how would you feel if you put yourself in the position of the person who is not satisfied? What would you want done for you? How would you want to be compensated? How would you want to be taken care of? And proceed accordingly. All right, because people vote with their dollars. Like I said before, people vote with their dollars. And I might not say anything else to you. Maybe I'll ask for a manager, maybe I won't. I'm here at the hotel still. It's the Westin. Since I named the Cheesecake Factory, I'll name the hotel. I'm here at the Westin. I didn't ask for a manager. I didn't complain. I probably won't complain, but I won't ever come back. So, you know, in the case of the Cheesecake Factory, we did talk to the manager, weren't satisfied. Now we gotta write an email to corporate. You know what I mean? Like, and it's almost on principle. Like, we weren't taken care of. 10%, like, you know, okay, we weren't taken care of. And I know, as a former restaurant management team member, as a former leader in a restaurant, that the only way to get better is for you to know where things are falling through the cracks, right? So listen, that's my rant, that's my soapbox. Above average service, y'all. Just a little bit, just a little bit above, you know, it'll take you so far. It'll take you so far. Train your team to be above average. Front of the house team, back of the house team, supervisors, managers, hold yourself to a higher standard. Be an example for your team. Show them how to do it. Don't just tell them how to do it. Show them how to be above average, and it'll take you so far. Don't lose your guest voting dollars. People vote with their presence. People vote with their voice. Who are they going to tell about the service that they received? Is it going to be a good message, or is it going to be a bad message? All right. So I'm out. We're about to head out to dinner. We're going to Papa Do's tonight, and I anticipate it will be a great experience, because we need a great experience to turn this thing around. So far, the past few days have been some disappointing service experience. So, if you have questions about anything that I've shared, drop them in the comment box below. Or if you are unsure how maybe the team should have reacted in those circumstances, drop that below. Or what would you do? What would you do if you were on a member of the team in one of these places at the Westin or at the Cheesecake Factory? How would you address the situation if someone was complaining or dissatisfied with service? I'm curious to know. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Hospitality Hacks Pro Show. See you next time.